Well, here we are back in Mittenrahm, in the end, also known as the Brackenrahm, at the Aethruhn. It's not pronounced that way, but it rhymes. I've done a little bit of work. I've done a fair amount of work, but not as much as I would have liked. I think a lot of design decisions had to be made over the last 2 weeks, really slowed things down. You can see the 4 pairs of statues are nearing finished. There's a little bit of work to be done that even if I instantly clicked my fingers and did it now, you probably wouldn't notice the difference. But it's just some bits and pieces I want to do. Just noticed they're not done. I think I'll do that first before I forget again. But yeah, they've come together fairly well. Generally pleased. And the weapons came together fairly good. Once I made the decision to definitely use the same design style or color choice from the pikes. These are partially modeled on another set of statues in the overworld. This hasn't gone too badly, but the wings have shown to be a bit of a pain, which we'll get to in a moment. For now, I'm just going to sit here for a moment. No particular reason. Yeah, so these guys, I noted this problem a while ago. The way that I was going with the wings, they weren't going to fit here, which is why I ended up building the statues, the main statues first, because I needed to know where they would be, and then modify the wings then to fit in the space. So these ones came out quite nice. I quite like this. It was unexpected. The combination works. I don't really know why. I don't know nothing about color, but it's nice. That's all I know. The reason that there is grey wool here is because once I built this wing, the meshing of the colors through the glass was pretty nasty. The grey wool is to kind of reproduce the background here, so that I'm just looking at the one wing, which is really the main thing you'll see from this side. You won't really ever see the other wing anyway. But even with the wool, it's not as good as it originally looked. Unfortunate. I don't think it's the first time something like that's happened, actually. I just don't remember when the other occasions were. So then the next task was building a closed wing to go here, which kind of came out okay. I mean, it's like, who's to say what it's really going to look like exactly? I've actually done something that doesn't actually work in real life here. The butterfly's wings don't fold up like this. I'm treating this as if it's a series of insect wings that slide over the top of each other, which you can sort of see here. You can see there's one wing here, another one here, but if you were to reduce this down to here, it would stick out there. That one would probably come out here, and then this little flourish here would be, you know, wherever, which is obviously not what this looks like. Plus it also got in the way of the wing, bow. I suppose it's got a little bit of a hint that it's folded down. This one looks like it should go behind. But, you know, it's kind of not really going to be looked at most people are only going to see this in a flyby, and I'm keeping that in mind with some of the decisions I'm making. So those are the small ones, obviously. Now the big statues, the guys are still not done. They will be done after this, and possibly after I do the decorating on the upper sphere. Little bits have been added, the weapons have been taken care of. This guy's got this fin now added, his weapon's been in place from the beginning. His helmet was green until yesterday, but I thought it probably ought to be blue. And yeah, this guy hasn't been touched since the Phoenix went up. But what I'm really looking at is with the dragon, and obviously, I was talking last time, I talked a couple of times about not really knowing what was going to go here. Dragon was the most obvious, and really in the end, there weren't many options. When it comes to underground creatures from real-world mythology, it's pretty slim, and most of them humanoid. And I can't have him riding a troll, or anything along those lines. It doesn't make any sense compared to the other three creatures. I needed an animal. I've diminished the wings. If I were building a flying dragon, they would probably be out here. I mean, you can see these wings. I think only one of these was in place last time, so, and actually this one's been dressed up a lot since then. The colours have been changed. Now, what I wanted to talk about actually was what we see here as well. This was done afterwards. I've converted it back to a grey palette. I say back, rather, I converted it to a grey palette. And I've done the same over here because I'm not happy with the colour. Not the choice. The choice is great. If this was supposed to be real, an organic, living creature in the world, it would be good. But it's not. It's a statue. And I don't think it looks enough like a statue while it's full colour. It looks too much like it's supposed to be some creature crawling around on the outside of the station, as weird as that may be. So I am seriously considering converting him to be to match what you're already seeing on the side of his face. I'll probably use the fill command because there's a straight swap at the moment. I can swap the mud bricks for stone bricks, the cobblestone going in for the mud, and then there's an equivalency along here as well. The darker brown is the bricks, and then the lighter brown is the polished black stone. So there's a rhythm, a way to convert this, and the green would probably stay. So yeah, there's an easy way to do that. Relatively the same here, converting it to a grayscale. And I like the way that this looks, the head when it's stone. I'm not sure about that. But, so there's an option here, I could actually just convert this to stone, to be stone, because it's the representation of the earth anyway. I went with mud because it's in keeping with some other aspects. But yeah, all of the work has been focused on these statues one way or another. So I think this, just entirely the last 2 weeks, has been bringing them from where they were in the previous video to this point. As far as converting them to stone goes, though, I'm not completely happy about the idea of this being stone, suddenly. I can't just have one in colour, so you know, it's got to be all or nothing. They either all go to stone or they all have to stay colour. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. But yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. Obviously not much more to do. Converting these statues, or building these for riders, that won't take long. Most of the work's been done now. It will be modified versions of what I've already done here. The colours probably be the same. I don't see any reason to swap them. I'm not really sure what I would even swap them to. So yeah, and then it's just the houses, and that'll be it. Well, the houses, you know, just the buildings sticking up. Finally get rid of the attempt at the knot work. It didn't go too badly, but it was an early idea to cover the sphere with it before deciding that I would actually put buildings sticking up all over the place. But there you go. So I shall say adieu and get on with some of this work. Reminder, I'm training to do this first. So yeah, I shall say adieu. Oops.